All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy for the last, 35 years. Maybe it's the black and white jacket that gives that away. But you got me for the next 2 hours and 15 minutes, so I should make it worth it, right? Make it worth your while, too. Let's take a look at these numbers and take a look at the board, see if they're going to make it worth our while today. And so far, not so much, right? We've got down corn board, March corn down 4 cents to 6.63. May corn down 3 3/4 cents to 6.61 and a half. All right, well, we'll see what soybeans have for us then. This one's no bueno. They pulled the rug out from underneath this one over the last couple hours. Jan's down 38.5 cents to 14.31, while March is off 38 cents as well to 14.37 and a half. How about the wheat in Chicago? Chicago wheat, well, this one's off about between, say, 3 and 6 cents. March is off 6 3/4 cents to 7.88 3/4. That's about 5.5 cents off the lows. May is down 5 3/4 cents to $8 even and a quarter cent. Hard red wheat in Kansas City. What's going on out in KC? The old HRW is down there too. 9 cents lower in the March contract, 8.90 3/4, while May's off 8 cents to 8.85 even. Spring wheat in Minneapolis. That's a nice balmy Minneapolis right now. March is down 6.5 cents to 9.36 and a half, about 6 cents off the lows there. May's down 6.5 cents to 9.32 and a half. And then finally, cotton. Here we go. March is up 27 points to 84.88. So that's the only one that's in the green right now. Let's bring in our next guest analyst, Jim Warren from CHS. He can explain to us what the heck's going on in beans, Jim.
Well, it has a couple of things. The big thing is EPA came out with their announcement of biofuel volumes for the next several years. And it was disappointing to the market on the biodiesel because, we're going to produce like 3 billion gallons worth of renewable diesel this year. And yet we don't even get up to 3 billion on their numbers in the next 3 years here. So that's disappointing. In fact, January soybean oil has been limit down at times this morning. And then you add in there that Argentina farmers have sold around 31 million bushels of beans already this week with their new currency program, where they get a better currency exchange. So that's also pressuring. And then there's some sunflower oil from the Black Sea hitting the market as well. So you got that bringing our January soybeans back below their trend line. They just broke above it earlier this week, and now they're back in the middle of their wedge. On the outsides, also notable is the dollar index is down around 1,000 points. It was over 1,200 points lower this morning because the Fed Chairman Powell talked yesterday about smaller rate hikes to come, maybe only 0.5% in December. And then the crude oil up over $2 on talk that China could relax their COVID protocols. So those are the main things that are kind of hitting me this morning, but the main thing is the bean market.
Yeah, well, I guess if you're a producer in beans, I suppose it's better to have all the bad news happen on one day than the drip, that water torture that sometimes happens. So we'll see if we can get above that trend line. That was big news, and that really propelled the market earlier this week. You're right. And so being back in that wedge, maybe we'll get a chance to break out of it tomorrow, or I don't know about today. That's going to trade kind of heavy all the way through. But let me go back to what you said. So we thought we think that we were going to do at least $3 billion, but the USDA didn't think we would do that for the next 3 years. Is that what you said?
Well, they're just kind of giving the volumes, what they're expecting. But we're adding a lot of renewable diesel production over the next several years. A lot of new plants will be coming online. And so I think the trade is looking at that and saying, well, EPA's numbers do not match the extra production we're going to be getting. So I think that's why they're disappointed. And you're right, maybe we could have a turnaround Friday here, get it all out of the system today.
Right. It usually seems like a good idea, and we'll see how the rest of the market weighs on what the chairman of the Fed said yesterday about his ideas about inflation and interest rate hikes. We still have a long way to go there as well, and we've got a lot of expensive stuff out there. We were talking yesterday about what these producers have to do as far as the inputs go, and hopefully we don't see things melt down in the middle of the summer next year and affect the board prices, but that's going to give us some talking points for the next 8 months, I'm sure. I really appreciate you coming on, Jim Warren. He's with CHS. Thank you very much. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock after this.